Lizzie here, and we are continuing on with 101 Days of Horror, and today we are watching M. This is one that I'm actually pretty excited about as well. It is set in Berlin, and it focuses on this guy who is a serial killer who mostly targets children, but he becomes the target himself of a manhunt, not only by the police but by other individuals of the seedy underworld of Berlin, who are basically not going for what he's doing, and yeah, it sounds very, very interesting, so I'm pretty excited to check this one out, so stay tuned to see what my thoughts are. Okay guys, so M. This is an interesting one. Like I said, I was excited about this one. The plot sounded very interesting, and this was a good film, guys. So like I said, it is about this manhunt for this child murderer, and it's been about 8 months that the police have been searching for him with no results. They really have no evidence and nothing helpful, obviously. Like, there's mixed eyewitness testimony, because we all know eyewitnesses are not reliable, and they really have no leads, and it's starting to really just affect everybody in the town. Obviously, the police are just always on the streets, patrolling every night, and it gets to the point where they start investigating kind of the seedy underworld of Berlin, and that's kind of ruining those criminals' business, and so they decide, because it's not one of them, obviously, that'd be too easy, they decide to kind of take it into their own hands. There's actually a scene where they're bar, I guess, where they all kind of hang out is raided by the police, and they're all checked for papers and things, and this, I guess, like, bartender, this woman that runs the bar there is, she even tells, like, the lead police officer that, you know, if only he knew how angry all these criminals were about this guy, and that, you know, there's no way that any of them were doing it, none of that, yeah, they all do bad things, but they're just trying to make a living like everybody else, and none of them would hurt a child, which I thought was a really great scene, and I liked that part, but it is starting to affect their business, so they do decide to take it into their own hands, and also because he's hurting children, and so they actually end up hiring the, like, local homeless community to keep guard, because they're trying to think of, like, okay, how can we try to catch this guy without, like, seeming suspicious, or without the, like, cops trying to get in our way. So they hire homeless people to keep sections of the town, and just, like, keep watch, and they end up being able to track the guy down, and I won't go into all the details on how they do that, because it's really cool, and I don't want to spoil it, but I guess it is kind of a spoiler that they do, of course, eventually get him. And it's really interesting because they have this scene where they have him and they're, you know, gonna prosecute him, and of course they all want to just, like, kill him because he's a horrible person, and he goes on this rampage about how, you know, he can't help it, he feels like he has to do it, and, you know, like, he's going through this pain that only stops when he kills. And the scene really does have this kind of debate of, like, okay, like, yes, this guy is doing horrible things, but does that automatically give us the right to in turn murder him? You know, obviously he's not okay. There's even a guy that's kind of supposed to be like his defense lawyer, who at first was like, you know, whatever, it's not even gonna help you, so there's no point. but he does kind of come to his defense a little bit of like, you know, maybe like we shouldn't just take the law into our hands and murder this guy. He should be sent somewhere to seek help. And it really does kind of give you this debate of like, where do we kind of like draw the line, and you know, like, just because he's a murderer, is that okay for us to in turn murder him? And it's this very interesting scene, and this movie is really, really good. It's done really well. It's a black and white film, and like I said, it's set in Berlin, so it is in German, so I did obviously have to watch it with subtitles, which is fine. I'm actually pretty okay with foreign films. I don't mind them. But yeah, the film, like I was saying, it's just done really, really well, and it's pretty intense. It's not super, like, scary by any means type horror film, but it obviously deals, sorry, I'm shaky. It obviously deals with a very serious topic. Is child murder. So I definitely highly suggest this one if you have not seen it. I just watched it on YouTube. But yeah, it's called M, and it's a really fucking good one, guys. I'm super excited about this one. Definitely, I think, a new favorite for me. So if you have seen M, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more horror related content. There is also a playlist in the description, so you guys can check out all of the other films that I have reviewed so far and will continue to review. And if you're at all interested, my Patreons are getting early access. They also have access to the full list of all the films that I will be attempting to review. So links for all of that information, as well as all my other social media, are in the description as always, and I will see you guys later with another video.